Okay, this is the review problems for your third exam, which is coming up. And this is over chapters 1 through 5, plus the section on graphing, which is 11.1. However, the rates and the section on rates will not be on the exam. So everything but that. So let's start with number 1. And they're starting with appendix. Okay. So let's see. Do we remember PEMDAS? P-E-M-D-A-S? In case you need a refresh. So any parentheses, any exponents. So I do have exponents. What's 2 squared, or 2 times 2? That's 4, and then I bring the rest down. Okay. And then remember M and D, we multiply, divide, we go left to right, so whoever comes first. So if I'm going left to right, this is coming first. So I'm going to do that. 48 divided by 4. Let's see. Well, that's 12. Put some equals in there. And then I'm not done with M and D, so I need to, what comes next is multiply, so I'm going to do the 9 times the 2. And 9 times 2 is just 18. So those are gone. And last I do add, subtract, left to right. So I'm adding these two. And 12 and 18 is just 30. So that's my answer for number 1. So if you got 30, you're doing good. Okay, question 2 is combining like terms. Okay, so I'm going to use the box method, and I'm going to put a box around those that match up. So I see I've got, and you don't have to do it this way. I just like to put boxes around the ones that, the terms that match up. And then I've got some Y's, and then I've got some numbers. Okay, so I've got 9 minus 11. So I've got a positive 9 and a negative 11. So I subtract and that gives me 2, but I have more negatives. So minus 11 plus 9 gives me a negative 2. So I'm going to start with the negative 2. You could have started with the x's or the y's, it doesn't matter, or the numbers. So I'm going to look next to my x's. I've got a negative 9 and a negative 5. And remember, when they're both negative, I add them together. So what's negative 9 and negative 5? A negative 14, and I bring along the x. Put an equals on here. And then last I have a 3y plus a 12y. So I have a positive 3y and a positive 12y. When they're both positive, just like when they're both negative, I'm just going to add them together. So what's 3 plus 12? Ooh. Y? Well, that's 15. So here's my answer, and they could be written in any order. I just did my numbers first. So negative 2 minus 14x plus 15y. Okay, moving on to the next one. Number 3 is an evaluate. So I want to evaluate when a is 2 and b is negative 1. I want to find out using 2 and negative 1 for a and b, what is a squared minus 2b plus 3? So wherever there's an a, I'm plugging in a 2. So I'm going to rewrite this. So a is 2, so I'm going to put a 2 in here. So that's 2 squared. Bringing down the minus. B is negative 1. So minus 2, just taking out the b and putting in a negative 1. And then bringing down the plus 3. So a is going in wherever there's an a. Wherever there's, 2 is going in for wherever there's an a, and negative 1 is going in for wherever there's a b. So let's simplify this. What's 2 squared? Or 2 times 2 is 4. What's a negative 2 times a negative 1? Negative times a negative is a positive 2. And just add the 3. So what's 4 plus 2 plus 3? This is 6 and 3. Final answer is 9 for number 3. Okay, I think I can do one more. So we did 1, 2, 3. Let's go to 4. So 4 is a solve. So that means I want to get x alone. I want to get rid of whatever's sitting next to the x. So I want to get rid of that minus 18. And how do I get rid of a minus 18? What's the opposite of that? Well, the opposite is adding. So I want to add 18 to both sides. So this is going to cancel out and the x comes down. And remember, when I have a negative and a positive, I subtract and take the sign of whoever has more. So 27 minus 18 is 9, but it's a negative 9 because there are more negatives with the 27. So x is negative 9 for 4. And I'm going to stop there, and we'll pick up with 5.